Good evening, Coach. Good evening, St. Luke's. How y'all doing today?
Doing good. How about you?
Pretty good. Coach, for those that do not know you who's watching, talk a little bit about yourself and then let us know what we can expect from St. Luke's this volleyball season.
All right. I am Meredith Donald, coach at St. Luke's. I've been there. This will be my 8th year. I attended McGill where I played ball, and then I went on to play at Spring Hill College.
So go ahead.
We've been working hard all summer. The girls have. I really can't keep them out of the gym. I think I tried to give them one day off and a Thursday, and I walked in the gym to do something, and I saw like 4 of them in there working. So they love it. They love each other. We're ready to have fun and show everybody what we got.
So in the off season this year, what have you guys been doing? You guys had any play days? Have you traveled up north to play any teams? Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we went to Hoover. We went to their team camp and played in the tournament at the end. And we played some really, really good schools. They were a lot bigger than us, but we don't really back down. So we worked really hard. We ended up playing base out in the finals. It was a really good experience. And then we had our own little play date, and then we also played in McGill's play date at Oval.
So now, playing some of the teams up north, of course you don't get to see those teams in the regular season. Maybe if you make it to the playoffs and go up to the state playoff regions. Playing teams like that you're not used to playing, seeing different types of players, how does that help your program?
Well, it prepares us in a different way. I think we're always ready for the unexpected when we play different teams. And that's kind of what you get in the playoffs. So it's a really good experience for the playoffs to be able to, expect everything and to see different things the teams are doing so that we're prepared for everything.
Now, so there's something, I know you guys being in the gym and stuff like that. What are some of the most important things you're working on? How many returning seniors you got? Or
I have 4 seniors, and we've been working hard in the weight room. That's kind of the emphasis we put on this year, that we're going to work hard off the court. Their volleyball IQ is very, very high. Our off the court mentality and things like that are not. So we've been trying to build on that to match our volleyball IQ.
Okay, so now how many younger kids you got? Like any freshmen, sophomores?
We have 1 8th grader and 2 freshmen.
Oh wow! So how are you able to bring those young ladies along, knowing that they're so young, but they're about to step onto the varsity court? Well,
they kind of jump right in. We don't really lower our expectations for them. The first week they kind of figured out what we were about. It didn't take long. We don't talk about grade. They joke with me all the time. I really never know what grade they're in. So we pretty much treat them all the same unless they're seniors, of course. But we treat everybody the same. Their expectations are just like these guys, and they rise to it.
So do you have a favorite TV show?
Blue Bloods.
Blue Bloods?
Yeah, I'm a Blue Bloods fan.
All right. If you could eat dinner with somebody, who would it be and where?
Tim Tebow, for sure. I love Tim Tebow, and probably Hibachi is my favorite place, so I'd go with Tim to Hibachi.
I never met Tim Tebow. I never met him personally, but I did meet his mom here in the city at the Senior Bowl. Short little lady. I'm like, I asked her, how did she have somebody so big like Tim Tebow? But I
read all his books. He's awesome. Just a great guy.
Tim Tebow. So who did you bring here with you today?
I have 2 of my seniors. This is Haley. She's our outside. She plays middle. Actually, she pretty much does anything. She is verbally committed to Kennesaw to play volleyball at the next level, so we're very proud of her. She has been on the varsity team since the 7th grade. I think she's really one of the 2 that I've ever coached that have done that. So she was back when we won our first state championship, and she is a really incredible volleyball player. Obviously, she's verbally committed, but she's an incredible person. Just playing with her, she's so selfless. It's always about the team. It's never really about her, and it's really just a joy to be around her. We're definitely going to miss her next year, but she's an incredible player in person. And this is Lexi, our setter, and Lexi has been on the varsity team for 5 years. She's running our offense this year, and she did as well last year. Her sister's actually the second string setter, so that's a lot of fun. I have 2 sets of sisters, so Lexi is an incredible leader, very, very good off the court. She makes great decisions, great grades. She works very hard in everything that she does, and it's just really just been a joy to coach the both of them.
Now, Coach, what does it take to make it on your squad as a player? If I was a female and I'm like, hey, I want to go out and try to make that team, what would I have to do to make the team? What do you look for in players?
Definitely work ethic. Weight room is huge. We are always in the weight room year round. They work out at 6 a.m. And the grades, they have to have good grades. They turn in grade sheets every other Friday to me. And when they have a C or below, they're required to go to that teacher and get extra help before they can come to practice that day. So I want them to realize that grades are way more important than practice. Usually it's the other way around in their head. But that's the two most important things, and of course respect. Respect for each other, respect for your coaches, respect for the program that you're playing for. I think that's huge.
All right, well, let's hear from those players. Who want to go first?
I'll go first.
Stand up.
Oh, yeah. All right, Haley. So what are some of the personal goals you have for this season, and then talk about team goals that you guys have?
Well, personally, I'm not a very vocal leader, and I kind of want to become more vocal. I'm not a very loud person on the court. But as for me, and then for the team, of course, like working hard, our work ethic is really good, but just like making it better, and yeah.
So Kennesaw State, what made you verbally commit to them?
Well, the coaches are really nice, the players are really nice, and I love the campus. I love where it's at. It's not like too far from home, but it's not close to home. And then also the class sizes, it's like not too big and not too small.
So what made you get onto their radar, and what did you do, to draw that interest, that college interest?
Yeah, well, we had been in communication for like a while, but I think that they had told my club coach that I kind of needed to like get in the weight room more and start to change things up a little bit. So I did that over 1 year, and then they were just like, well, you did what we asked. So.
Well, and I'm very sure a lot of college coaches look at that. So that tells me that they were continuing to watch you and see your progression. So, and what's your position again? Everywhere?
Well, yes, sir. But for club, I play middle, and for school, I play like outside and middle.
Outside, middle.
And defense.
Now, what goes into what kind of talent would you need to play in the middle? Because playing in the middle, that's pretty a prestige position. And I know what I heard earlier that you got to be tall.
Yes, you do have to be tall. You have to be in like really good shape, because like going from this way to this way is really hard, and then also transitioning off the net and back and forth, and you might not get set. That's really hard, and I definitely like playing outside more because it's a lot easier.
You got your zone over here.
Yeah, but I just middle. I love getting like good blocks against like everyone, because you can just block everyone.
So now you said you play club ball. Any beach volleyball in there anywhere, or no?
I've never played beach volleyball.
No beach volleyball.
That's really
I know a couple players from Baldwin County. They play beach volleyball, and they say it helped them to transition on the indoor. So talk about your teammate next to you. What you can tell me about her?
Well, Lexi, she is probably the most organized person I've ever met in my life. And without her, like, I don't think any of us would know what to wear, where to be, like any of that. Like, she sends everything like that out. So I'm very thankful for her. And on the court, she's organized because she's the setter. She tells us what to run and all that stuff. And so I'm very appreciative for her.
All right, come on up, Lexi. I guess I can call you the captain, I guess, huh? So, what are some of your personal goals for this season, and also for your squad?
Similar to Haley, I'm not very loud. I'm trying to be more vocal and try and run the court as best as possible. In order to run it, you have to be kind of the most vocal, and I need to work on that. And for the team, I would say just working as hard as we can. Like, I expect, and I think all of us expect for everyone, is every practice to show up, give 100% all the time.
Now, I heard 1,000% earlier today, but we'll take that 100. So you guys are pretty much a good seasoned team because you don't have that many young players. What is it going to take to bring home a state championship for St. Luke's?
I definitely think that everyone needs to be on the same page and to agree that every time we come to practice and weight room, speed training, whatever it is, to give 100% and 1,000%, 1,000%, and to always just ask questions if you need to, because it's okay to not know things, and especially for younger people. I know they have questions sometimes, and not to be afraid to come ask older people questions that they have.
So, what are some of the things you worked on in the off season on your own? Even though I know you played club, basically year-round volleyball, but some of the personal things you've worked on outside of practice to make sure you're ready for this season.
So I played club ball, and then on Fridays we have a setter practice that all of us just collectively decided that all the setters from some JV setters come with us sometimes, and we practice and work on different speeds, locations, sets, and sometimes the middles come with us so that we can work on building a better connection with our hitters.
So now I know coach may have sent in a play or something and want you guys to execute it. But were there any time coach sent in a play and you see something on the other side of the net and you're like, no, we got to check out of that, and you get people in place? You ever had to make that call? And if so, just give me an example.
I mean, a couple times. I try to stick with what she tells me because I don't want to deviate too much from that because I don't want to get in trouble. But but there have been times where I see a hole, or I'm like, I can just tip the ball right there. Or if the block is, I see them following a hitter that I've been told to set, I just shoot it behind me, or try to change it up a little bit so I don't send them right into a block. If that makes sense.
All right, not sending right in the block. Now, so you have a very, very tough duty to do out on the court because you're making sure everybody's in the right place. What goes into making a player that has your position and your responsibilities be great on the court?
I think taking advice from our coaches, knowing it's okay to ask, where to set the ball or who's available, and listening to what they tell us, and also making your own decisions sometimes. Being confident in yourself, and that's very important because you have to know what hitters are open, or if you need to change that, where to put the ball.
So it's more than just having an athletic ability. You sound like you guys know the game itself, and you have a volleyball IQ. I've heard that several times this week, and that's great. Anything that you would like to say to the young kids coming up behind you guys, and maybe not even at St. Luke's, any young kid that may be watching this media day today, what would you suggest to them? They're coming into high school, put a play possibly on the varsity level.
I definitely say getting in the weight room helps. When you get stronger, especially if you're being a setter, helping to push the ball out further. They can come and talk to us if they have questions, if they want extra help. I would be willing to help anyone younger than me. I was when I was a freshman, I know I was terrified to come up to varsity, so I was so scared. But there was one player that always helped me. If I had questions, I could ask her, and that made me feel more confident and comfortable being around all the older girls. So.
What kind of legacy you guys want to leave at St. Luke's?
More than volleyball, I hope they think I'm a good person. I want it, when they think back on me, if they think, what kind of player was she? I hope they think I'm a good player, but also she was a great person. She was a good person in the classroom. She worked hard. She expected a lot, and the same for everyone else.
What do y'all think about your coach?
She's all right. she's one of the best coaches I've ever had. I trust her with everything. She's our biggest cheerleader, and she's not afraid to yell at us when we need to be yelled at. And if she yells at us, it's because she believes in us, and I hope people understand that. And she always expects us to work hard.
All right, guys. Good luck this season. Thank you for coming out today.
Thank you.